Okay, so today we're doing our deep dive into KAL. It's this upcoming psychological horror game. And it's definitely turning heads, mostly because, well, it's openly built on that famous PT demo structure. Our mission here is to unpack what might make KAL more than, just another clone using that looping corridor idea.
Right, and they are upfront about that structure. It's not hidden. But that's almost the point, I think. KAL uses that familiarity to immediately pivot. It sets itself apart by rooting everything, the horror, the story, in very specific non-Western folklore, Creole folklore, and a very specific time and place. Reunion Island, 1948. That cultural grounding, that's the core difference.
Okay, let's break down the structure first, just so everyone's clear. Gameplay-wise, it sticks close to the PT blueprint, right? You're trying to find shelter from a cyclone, end up in this abandoned Creole mansion, and then boom, you're trapped. Cyclical nightmare, dark corridors, flashlight, the whole deal.
Exactly that setup. But here's the twist. The cycle isn't just there to be spooky or disorienting. It's the narrative engine. It forces you, the player, to confront this really harrowing story, a story of suffering, of vengeance, directly linked to this local legend, Grandmere KAL. So the structure isn't just a puzzle box. It's like a tool for making you face this history.
Interesting. So the loop forces confrontation. Let's talk about that legend then, Grandmere KAL. What's the specific story the game is using? Because folklore can have multiple versions, can't it?
It definitely can. And Grandmere KAL does have different identities in the local lore. But the game seems laser focused on the most tragic version, Kala. Kala was a slave. Her story involves immense misfortune, betrayal, specifically the betrayal and killing of her boyfriend, Matute, who was a fugitive slave. Her suffering essentially births the vengeful spirit. And your job as the player, you collect these fragments of a drama, you're piecing together her tragedy.
Wow, okay, so collecting fragments, it turns the horror experience into almost an archaeological dig through trauma. You're uncovering this painful history piece by piece within the loop.
Precisely. And that connects back to the setting Reunion Island, 1948. That wasn't just picked randomly. It's a crucial period. The island was transitioning from being a French colony to an overseas department, a really complex, sensitive time, placing Khalito's story, this ghost born from the trauma of slavery, into that specific post-colonial context. It's powerful. The game seems to be using horror, that PT structure, to explore really deep themes: systemic injustice, collective trauma, the legacy of slavery.
That definitely elevates it beyond just jump scares in a repeating hallway. It sounds incredibly ambitious thematically, which makes sense maybe why it's taking a while. Do we know who's actually making it?
Yeah, the developer is listed as 2359, and the publisher is Pixel Sunset Studio. Interestingly, they're known for focusing on regional content, which kind of reinforces the idea that they're aiming for authentic cultural representation here.
That makes sense. And release date, is it soon?
Well, coming soon is the official word on Steam for the main game. But there's a listing for a KAL demo, and that has a provisional placeholder date. It's way out, actually, October 24, 2025. So yeah, patience is definitely needed, but honestly, for something this complex, maybe that's a good sign. They're taking their time.
Okay, let's wrap up this deep dive then. KAL looks like it's trying to be this really sophisticated mix. You've got the first-person psychological horror, the PT structure everyone recognizes, but it's fused with very specific Creole folklore and colonial history from Reunion Island, using that familiar loop not just for scares, but as a way to make players confront these difficult historical truths.
Exactly. And maybe a final thought for you to consider. If Grandmere KAL, the entity haunting you, truly embodies what the sources call unresolved spiritual justice for Kayla, what does that mean for the player? Is your goal just survival? Just escape the mansion, escape the ghost? Or is there something more? Do you actually need to find some kind of resolution for Kala's historical suffering to truly break the cycle?
To be free?